Good afternoon, YouTube. It is approximately, well, not approximately, it is July of 2021. And let me give you a little backstory about a motor and what it did and where we're at now. So, a week ago, I made a 1 hour run into a creek arm and a 1 hour run out, trolled around a little bit, did some fishing, didn't have a single problem. Yesterday, I went out and put the boat in the water, started to idle out away from the boat launch, and within approximately 10, maybe 15 minutes, the motor was missing. I got a single beep alarm that wouldn't shut off, and it eventually shut off. The motor shut off. After a restart, it would run for a second, then shut off. It wouldn't get on plane, it wouldn't do anything. Eventually, it got to the point that it wouldn't start at all and just completely shut down. Used the trolling motor to get the boat back on the trailer. And when I pulled the cover off, the very first thing that I noticed was this air filter. Now, this air filter is chewed up. Um, it's a lot of it is missing. If you look, you'll notice my engine is nice and clean. There's nothing down here. So it doesn't take a rocket surgeon to figure out that that foam went through my engine. However, that's not the reason why it wouldn't run. And for reference, the new filter is a metal screen. That way it doesn't have that foam that deteriorates. This thing simply pops off. You just literally just pull it off. There's a connector on the front, little rubber boot, and one on the back. It is a 30-second replacement. The part number for the new one is 8M00829111. I paid $99 for mine, but I wanted it today. I know that you can get them cheaper and have them shipped and stuff, but I bought mine locally. I wanted it today. What the problem actually turned out to be was fuel related. I come out here, turn the motor to the key on position, and I could see a little bubble right here. There's two fuel filters on this engine. This is a 75, 90, 115 class EFI 4-stroke. This one happens to be a 115, and for reference, it's a 2014. The fuel filter for this one hooks up to this line right here, which goes to your fuel tank. From there, goes up into the fuel pump mechanism, fuel, I don't know what it's called. But inside here, there's a small holding area for fuel. There's a low pressure pump, a lift pump, basically get the fuel from the tank into here. And there's also a high pressure that takes it from here to the fuel injectors at a higher PSI. So from the tank through there into this filter. My first stop, right here, there's a bubble. It's worth noting that when I first come and pulled the motor cover off, I did notice that there was fuel in it, just a little bitty tiny bit. And that was immediately after putting it on the trailer, so I would have figured something wasn't right there. What I did is I removed the fitting from here. This turned out to be the problem. It's a convenient filter because it does allow for one button push. You just push in on that red tab and this fuel filter pops off. For whatever reason, it was letting air or wasn't doing its job, whatever. And so when it was plugged in there, I just simply disconnected it and I took my main line in, hooked it to my filter, bypassed all this. All it is a hose and this connector. But I bypassed that and then set it on a pair of earmuffs, and it sat there and ran without a hitch for half an hour, no problem. This filled up. My high pressure side filled up after I got it running. The fuel pump shut off. Everything did exactly what it was supposed to do. So I've ordered a new one of these, and the part number for it is 8M004378. 8M004378. I'm sorry, 843798. I'll list that in the description as well. I apologize. So this right here was the reason why the engine wouldn't run, because for whatever reason, there's no blockage in it. It's completely clear. I blew air through it. It was doing what it's supposed to do. The only thing I can think is that it just wasn't getting a good seal somehow, and it was letting air in, and it wasn't picking up the fuel. So I wanted to share that and let you know that if you happen to see that your air filter does look like that, although it's scary, that wasn't the reason. I don't know how old that air filter is. I bought the boat used. I was told that it had a full service done to it. That could be a 1 year old air filter. It could also be the boat is 2014, so it's possible that it could be a 7 year old air filter. I just don't know. Um, at any rate, boat ran just fine this morning. Started up just like it's supposed to. So I will let you guys go. Just wanted to pass along what I saw. Have a great day, YouTube. Just because I know that someone will bring it up in comments, I figured I'd go ahead and address it. This was the issue. The elbow that I showed you earlier was the problem. Shortly after filming this video, I took the boat out on the water and ran it up to wide open throttle and spent about 30 minutes on plane driving around, um, and then idled as normal, and there was no issue. So just in case it comes up in comments, have a great evening.